All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Simple Sites Big Profits. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk to you about how to make money online in the age of AI. This is going to be an overview video talking about everything you need to know if you want to make money. So if you're excited to make money, get ready because this is going to have everything that you need. Now, back in the old days when I used to teach AI or affiliate marketing back in the Stone Age, as it were, back in 2008, where we had to create everything ourselves from content to videos to literally everything. If we wanted to make programs, we had to have programmers. If we wanted to do all this stuff, we had to have a bunch of money. Now there are no excuses. You are watching something right here, right now that can make you money out of the gate. You are going to go through, you are going to learn everything step by step so that there is no more info overload and you get what you need to get. Because unlike any other time in history, there is a small block, a small window where those of you who set things up the right way can make a lot of money. Back when I first started, in order to make some of the things that I'm going to show you here today and in this course, it took a lot of money. I mean, there's some things you're going to see here where I invested up to $250,000 developing things where now you can do that for like nothing. For free, which is a little bit of a downside for those of us who spent a lot of money, although I ain't going to complain because I did make money, but now it is easier than ever. And when I say things are simple and easy, I absolutely mean it. There is no hyperbole, there is no garbage, there is no junk. It is easier than ever. If you do not get this course, if you cannot use what you take to make money, then I just simply think I cannot help you because now with the invention of AI and with the tools we have at our fingertips, there is no excuse. You should be able to go out and use this. Now, why does AI change everything? That is because the internet was already full of ways to make money. It was actually pretty easy before. It's pretty simple. But there were things that the common people couldn't do. You didn't want to go out there and write content. You didn't want to go out there and learn coding. You didn't want to go out there and create stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the two things that matter most in marketing. There are only two things. If you want to make money online, you are either following one of these two things. There are no exceptions to the rule. There are no outliers. There are no specialties. It is either about traffic, which is getting people interested in something, or conversion, which is about selling something. These are the only two things. All right, you might say, well, Marcus, what about Shopify? What about this, that, and the other? Everything you do online is going to fall into one of these. So if you are not either focusing directly on traffic or conversion, and you don't know what you're focusing on at the time, you are wasting your time. Using AI, you are going to focus on these things. You are going to make it work. You are going to focus and say, I am either doing one or the other, or I'm wasting my time and I need to do something else. What we're going through in this course is about how to get rid of waste, how to focus on what works, and scale it to the best of our ability in an easy way possible. Traffic is about getting people to see your offer or your ads or your videos or your pins or whatever it is. It's about getting eyeballs. Conversion is about turning those eyeballs into money. AI helps automate, optimize, and scale faster than ever. Now, let's look at these core business models. Let's look at the money-making strategies of 2025 and how they are different. We are looking at primarily affiliate marketing, which is my favorite because it's easy, it's basic. All you're doing is being a middleman. Oftentimes when you're getting into drop shipping, you got to deal with customer support. Will I do that? Yes, if the money makes sense. If I can make 10 times more drop shipping a product than I can on Amazon, then heck yes, I'm going to drop ship it. But again, we need to look at this as a business. We need to start with the starting place first, which is all about finding that market, finding that niche, finding what we need, right? How is our starting point going to work? The starting point is going to be about the traffic and the conversion. So if I can go through and say, well, I got a bunch of realtors who want a tool for getting more listings or making their listings easier or getting more people to look at their listings or whatever it is, that is my traffic method. The money method is going to be how am I going to make money off of them? Maybe you go out there and you say, okay, well, I have a certain image tool that's going to make images. Maybe it'll remove the background from an image. Okay, well, that's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people looking at that. Now, how am I going to make money? Well, I could sell it. I can offer an affiliate program, one of my offers or something like that. What we're going to do is we're going to look at everything in a very strategic way. Now, the way that affiliate marketing works is you are a middleman. It's very, very simple. So what happens here with affiliate marketing is you are going to say, okay, here is person number one. Person number one has a product. Let's use a very simple example, Amazon. Amazon has lots of products, and they have what's called an affiliate program. The affiliate program allows you to have a custom link, which when they buy, you get paid. Very simple. This is a way that you can tap into the trillion-dollar empire that is Amazon, and you can make money without having to have the products to sell, without having to have the infrastructure, without having the brand recognition, and without being Amazon and all that stuff, right? You're literally tapping into something that already exists. There are lesser-known affiliate programs like software affiliate programs, pay per lead, pay per call, where you're paid for a call, pay per sale, where you're paid for a sale, pay per trial, PPT, where you're paid for a trial, and on we go. There are lots of ways that you can get paid. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to look at the big ones, Amazon, ClickBank. We're going to look at OfferVault, and we're going to look directly once we find our niche. Only when we find our niche are we going to go and look for offers. And since I am totally full of myself, I need to have my banner on the top when I look at this, which is fun, right? But at any rate, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and look at this stuff in a real world way. Apparently our banner is not wanting to show up today. There it is. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to look at it in a real world way, and we're going to see the different offers that are there. Now, you can go through the categories and look at the different category type offers, like these are apps. Usually they're paid on a download. Or you can go through and say, well, I want to find a credit card submit. What is this? This is when they put their credit card number in and hit submit, you get paid. Or we could go through and say, well, maybe there is a CPA, cost per action, which means an action happens, you get paid. Cost per install, which is when they install a program. There is cost per lead, where they fill out a form, or you can even do like email submit. They put their email in and hit submit, I get paid. Very simple. Here's an unemployment survey. They go through and say you're unemployed. They take the survey. You get $1.70 when they put their email in the box. Very, very simple. So there's lots and lots of ways to get paid. Here's a Buffalo Wild Wings one, and on we go. It is our job as affiliate marketers to make sure that these are legit offers. Oftentimes they are. Sometimes they're not. Like this here for Dove Soaps. Probably nothing wrong with that. Probably just a Dove soap offer where they could try out Dove soap and different things like that. Very simple, very basic, very easy. We can also go through and look at ClickBank. ClickBank has lots of offers. They have downloadables, and they have started branching out into other offers as well, like supplements and products. I know they have like, credit card knife, survival stuff, different things like that. Looking at ClickBank is fantastic. There's lots of money to be made on ClickBank. A lot of people dog it, but hey, it's been around for a long time. I've had my ClickBank account since 1999 or 2000. I don't remember the exact date. It was right around that time. First commission I ever made was with ClickBank back in the year 2000. But we can go here and we can take a look at all the offers. You could say knife. I think there's like here's a knife card, right? You give away the knife card and you get paid. Really cool. They pay $4 commission and you get a cut of that. There's other stuff as well, like pretty much any offer. Again, it is our job to make sure that they are good. Here's some kind of Genius Wave, how to make your brain smarter supplement, Java Burn, lose weight, Dentum, and different things like that. And you're going to notice the gravity score. That just means a lot of affiliates are promoting it. It's just a popularity contest. That's all that means. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through and we're going to make this work. And what we're looking for in marketing is what we know is called a constant. Okay, and these are tying into traffic and conversion. If you can find constants, which are things that do not change in terms of, I know this will happen when this happens. It's like an if-then. If this happens, I get paid this. Very simple. So a constant would be like an affiliate offer. I could go through and I could say, well, over at the old OfferVault, wherever the old OfferVault went, here he is here. If I was to look at stuff like a browser extension, we're going to see, here's some browser extensions. I know for a fact that if I promote these, I will get paid this amount here. So when someone downloads the Opera browser, I get $1.25. Or maybe I could go through and say download, see what other downloads. So if they download and install and buy this, I get $105. If they go through and download these, I get X amount. And sometimes they can download them free like these ones here, they download free, and I get paid $1.75 or whatever it is, okay? So the constant is what we get paid. Maybe we have ClickBank stuff. If I sell this Middlin, I get $134. Very, very simple. So we're going to have these constants that basically say, no matter what, I will get paid. So now that's half the battle. If I know I'm going to get paid on something, I just do that thing and I get paid. It's very simple. Well, Marcus, what about AI? What about all this? Okay, first we've got to start with the constant. If you don't have the constant, you're going to be lost. You're going to have info overload. So we must start with the constant. Okay, how do we do that? Well, first what we need to do, because there are two sides of the coin, there's the traffic and there's the conversion. Now, if you are fantastic at conversion, you are like the best salesman on the planet, which I doubt. We have a lot of people who are the best salesmen here. Usually people don't like sales, which is fine. Don't worry about it. But if you are the best at conversion and you have no traffic, how much money are you going to make? Zero. You could sell till your heart's content. If you have no one to sell to, you ain't going to make anything. However, on the other side, if you're good at traffic, you can get all the traffic in the world, but you're not good at converting that traffic, then you're going to make nothing. So what we need to do is we need to pair these together. And the way you're going to pair these together is by not forcing it. A lot of people in marketing, they try to put a square box in a round hole. It don't fit. It ain't going to work. I don't care how you tweak it, how much AI you use, whatever. It is not going to fit no matter what you do. The only way it's going to fit is if you take it over to the lathe and you turn it around and you make it a dowel or whatever those are called, right? You're going to make it a dowel. Then it'll fit in there. But that's a lot of work, and then, you don't have your square box anymore. Everything's all crazy. This is what everyone's trying to do. This is why it doesn't work. What do? We do a completely different method. And the method is starting with the niche market first. If you start with a niche first, everything falls into place. A lot of people say, well, there's a lot of puzzle pieces and things like that. Many of you guys are like trying to put together a puzzle, but you don't know what the picture looks like. How many of you guys feel that way? You feel like, okay, I want to put together this puzzle so I can get paid, but I don't know what the picture looks like, so I can't put it together. That is where niche marketing comes into play. If you can understand how finding the right niche changes everything, then you are going to win. And let me show you how this works, because what we like to do is we like to start with a niche market or a group of people that we know we can get very easy. Because if I can get traffic easy, then everything falls into place. For example, one of the examples we looked at was this 360 Trikes website. Okay, I bought this website at auction. It was a very inexpensive website for what it is. But what I'm looking at is here's a domain name, and it has rankings for all these little drift trike things. Okay, so now watch how this falls into place. You might say, Marcus, I heard a guru talk about drop shipping, and I want to do drop shipping, and he had some fork, and the fork looked really good, so I'm going to sell that fork. Now, why in the world would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. You're just doing what a guru told you to do, which is like, yeah, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do what the market tells us to do. What is the market saying? Well, in this one, the market is saying, well, these little drift trikes are pretty good. Okay, cool. So these drift trikes are good. I found this domain. This looks pretty good. There's all these rankings. It ranked number 4 for the word drift trike, which gets 6,100 visitors a month. Okay, so I'm already like off to the races. I could build this thing up, make it work. It's very simple. These things make lots of money, right? They're pretty expensive. They look really fun too. Like I'm pretty tempted to get one of these. But looking at this, we can see, okay, the traffic is here. Now, watch what happens as I start to build this. I say, okay, good. So the first thing I need is traffic. How am I going to get traffic? Well, this domain ranks, good. There's also like YouTube, good. There's quite a bit of YouTube actually, okay? Images, so I could do Pinterest. Then we could go through, look at products. So good. So we have SEO, which is ranking on Google, which our domain already does. We have images, which we could do with Pinterest and AI, good. We have videos, which we can make with AI or make on our own, good. And we have our website that ranks, which is also good. Now, traffic problem solved. I can get traffic for this. It's already there. It's already easy. What am I going to make traffic about? I'm going to make traffic about the drift trikes. Okay? Super simple. Now that that's answered, okay, we say, okay, we're going to get SEO, we're going to get Pinterest, we're going to get YouTube, and we're going to get TikTok and other. Anywhere people are looking at drift trikes, that's what I want. That's the traffic I want. Okay, very simple, basic. How many of you guys get it? Type get it in the box if you get it. Then we're going to say, all right, cool, I can get all the traffic in the world, but if I don't make money, then we're going to have some trouble. So let's find the money. What I want is the most money for the least effort. Okay? If I could give away a picture of a drift trike or give away a drift trike and get paid, that would be perfect. I probably can't. So maybe I could sell one and get paid. So if I sell a drift trike, okay, what can I make? Well, if I go be an affiliate, I'll probably make anywhere from 1 to maybe 10% max. Okay, that's usually what they sell. And I have no control over the sales because I'm sending them to a site. If I do drop shipping, this is where drop shipping would come in, I could probably make closer to 40 to 60%. Okay, so instantly making way more money just by drop shipping. This is making decisions like a business person. Well, obviously being an affiliate's not the best. I'll start with it, but this is going to be the best. Also, I could get paid with like ads on my site, with AdSense, Ezoic, different things like that. Again, that is going to be a very low amount of money for the clicks I get. The big juggernaut here is going to be drop shipping. Notice how all of these questions fell into place when I picked my niche. Not before. Most people are going out there and they're saying, I want to do X business model. I want to do print on demand. I want to do Shopify, which is really nothing other than a website builder. I want to do faceless videos. These are all mediums. They're all traffic methods without a purpose. Like that's like saying, I want to eat food, where I'm like, well, I want to go get pizza. All right, you have that argument. Me and my wife have that argument all the time where we're like, what do you want to eat? And she says, I don't know, you pick. And then I pick 5 things, and then she's like, well, I don't want any of those 5. And I'm like, okay, well then you pick. I just suggested 5, now it's your turn. And she's like, I don't know, what do you want? And I'm like, okay, so basically you just want me to tell you. But at any rate, that's what's happening here. You're the person that can't decide. If you cannot decide in business, you will not make money. Business is about making decisions. You are paid in direct relation to the decisions that you make. This is the inconvenient, uncomfortable truth that nobody likes. Because what you want is you want someone to say, go color this book and you'll get money. That's what most people want. Okay, that doesn't exist. We've gotten pretty close to it. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Our niche products and what I teach you here is very close. So what we need to do is we need to make decisions based on our market. That is the key. When we go through and look at other domains, maybe I'll take a look at this one here for metal detectors. Okay, so for metal detectors, again, this is something we can sell. It had traffic. It ranks for stuff. I'm pretty sure it's got some rankings right now. Back in its heyday, it was ranking for quite a few things related to metal detectors. What am I going to sell? I'm going to sell metal detectors. Very simple. Now, there's some others that will be a little bit different. For example, and I would always recommend starting with a good domain. That is the best key to making this work because that's going to color in all the lines for you. Looking at this here, this is something different. This is internet service. So with internet service, I don't think I could drop ship internet service, and I don't think I can just like sell it and get paid directly. So in this example, what I would do is I would go over to SpyFu, and I would see what the earnings per click look like. Okay, so if I was to do home internet, this is going to show me, okay, what are people paying? Well, $2. Maybe I could do like fiber internet, right, like this. Now we're at $2.56. Maybe I could do, let's do cable internet. There we go, $4.10. Or maybe I could even do like cell phone internet or something like that. Right now we're getting into different amounts. Now when we look at the different amounts, that is triggering the more expensive market. That is your conversion, the expensive market. We can also look at OfferVault and see if there's stuff like cable internet service, or let's see, I think I might have internet, something like this, internet, yeah, like internet, Frontier, AT&T Fiber, these kind of things, which are paying $30 per phone call. Okay, that's your conversion. Your job would be get a bunch of people to call the number. And what would happen in this example is AT&T would give you a phone number, and that phone number gets called. It's a custom phone number just for you. When it's called and they stay on the line 95 seconds, 90 seconds, or whatever this allows, you get paid. That's called pay per call. All right, very simple. But even if you just had ads on your site, you would generate money. Notice how, taking a look at this domain, boop, 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 everything falls into place for us. It becomes a lot easier. We don't have to worry about all the junk and the garbage because we're just going through and coloring in the lines of what the domain would want. Several others like this one here for goji berries. All right, goji berries is a pretty hot niche. People are looking up goji berries. I got traffic for goji berries. I could go through and figure out what people want. Like here, this domain ranked 85 for goji berries, which has 31,000 searches a month. Pretty solid, right? Very simple. So I can go through and say, okay, my job is going to be making a goji berry site. Now, again, sometimes you might have to get a little creative. We'll go through and say, okay, is there an offer for goji berries? There's two. They're not the greatest, but they're okay. Some kind of anti-aging thing. So what I could do is, this is where AI comes in. I could say, list out all the benefits people want from goji berries. Okay, and I'll say anti-aging, headaches, whatever this thing does. And then I can go through and say, okay, antioxidants. And I can find an offer related to antioxidants or something like that. Going through and thinking about these in a different way, but starting with the domain is key. So looking at that, you'll get the list of all these, which is also going to help you make your content. What we're going to do in this is we're going to look at bulking up, right? Can I ask a question here and also use this as content? That would help, okay? Looking at that, what we're going to do is we're always going to start with our domain or our market, okay? Our market would be like a keyword. Now, when we look at niche marketing, a lot of people say, I want to be in the health niche. Okay, health is a category. Health is not a niche. A niche would be goji berries. That is a health niche. Category, we need to get away from. You are not a travel influencer yet. You can start small and then grow up into a travel influencer, but you're only going to get there if you start with the niche. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the niche. If we have a domain with the niche, that is a plus because now we're getting closer to having this stuff done for us, which is what we want. We want to make it easy. Now, looking at the core of making money, again, we have affiliate marketing, Amazon, ClickBank, ShareASale, Impact, CPA networks, OfferVault, different things like that. With AI enhancements, how does this make it easier? Well, we can do keyword research. We can get a lot of data very quickly using AI. Like right here, I literally have all of this goji berry stuff. I can go through and say, now make catchy Pinterest pin titles for each of these. And it'll go through and it'll make a catchy thing like goji berry, the ultimate superfood, boost your health naturally, vitamin packed, power of goji berries. So now we're getting content that we can use that's very simple. We can even make videos about this. So what we're doing is we are making like a tree, not like Biff says, make like a tree and get out of here. If you know the movie, type it in the box. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we are going to make like a tree where the tree is going to go through and we have our roots. All right, our roots are here. And we're like, okay, we're going to start with something that works. We know up here, the fruit is here, and we know the fruit makes money. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here and work backwards. Okay, how does it make money? Good. How does it get traffic money? How does it get traffic? Great. And we're going to work backwards, and we're going to build up our tree that way. Most people are like, well, let's start with a seed and see where it goes. You plant the seed, you don't know where it's going to go. I'm going to start with the tree because I know that tree is going to be that tree. That's where we're going to start. And if you start with an already built tree, it's a lot faster to get the fruit, right? Like if you go and you start with a seed, you're going to be like, oh, we'll start with a seed and maybe one day I will get an apple. All right, well, maybe, or maybe you'll find out that the squirrels eat all your apples and peaches and pears and plums like they did in my yard, and we ended with nothing. However, if there was already a peach tree in my yard, I would be much better. How many of you guys want I want the tree already, right? I don't want to have to get the seed and water it and hope that it grows one day. I want to get something that's already working. Even if it's just like a little mini tree with one leaf, that's still going to get you years ahead of where you would be with just the seed. So now looking at this and saying, okay, now I'm going to pick my market. Then I'm going to pick what I'm going to do, drop shipping, e-com. This is where we would get into all the other stuff, but not until we choose our market, not until we know where we're going to go. Like this one here for mattresses, okay? We would go through and say, okay, well, this had a little bit of traffic. It's some. Now, in the marketing, in the mattress market, this is a lot of money. Floor mattress, okay, interesting. Cotton floor bed mattress, whatever that is. And we would go through and say, okay, well, I want usually USA traffic. So floor bed mattress. What I would do is I would look up what this is, and I could start with floor beds and see how those take it, right? Very, very, very simple. And starting to understand that the starting point needs to be our market. If we're starting anywhere else, you are starting on the wrong page. We need to start with, here's the traffic, here's where it goes. Now, sometimes you can go through and you can find zingers. Like I could go through and I could look at GoDaddy. I could look at GoDaddy ones here and see what comes up. Like here's optimize.io. This one here says it's got 6,600 positions in Google. It does have traffic. Now, it closes tomorrow and it's already at $600. So it might be a little bit expensive, but let me show you how oftentimes I can get these even cheaper. But let me show you what this would be worth. This is a 4-year-old domain, okay? It has 1,400 rankings in Google. Looks like it did just recently get a tank, so it might have gotten like a flag on it or something, or maybe a ranking dropped. But this looks like some kind of developers, something that had to do with optimizing your website or something. If it was about optimizing a website, that could work really good. And it looks like this is more or less about code, okay? Going through others, I could say, what's the pressure? I don't know what this is about. Let's see maybe water pressure, something like that. And it looks like tire pressure. Okay, so this is all about tire pressure, different things like that. Maybe I would want it, maybe I would not. What we're doing is we're looking for something that has something we can make money with. Here's something about a magical dollhouse. Don't know what that is, but let's see. And notice how I'm not really thinking anything other than, okay, this is about dollhouse kits. It ranked for this. I could literally make this up. Now, Robin says haunted dollhouse. Not sure I would do that because it's not on the list. So I'm going to make decisions based on what's on the list. So this is about dollhouse kits, which is a good market. This could be highly drop shippable. And we could see here it is $109, $105 with 19 hours left. Let's see what it's at now. It might be higher. So it looks like that one was canceled. But that could be a good one to buy. 23-year-old site, that would have been a really good one. Probably would have paid for this one. I probably would have paid in the neighborhood of like $1,000 or more because it had a lot of stuff and it was a direct market, had some traffic back in the day, could be pretty good, okay? So going through looking at that, that could be good. You could see here some kind of windows, pickleball cabin. Don't know why you would want a cabin for pickleball, but you could go through and see, yes, these would work. I would highly recommend, if you guys are interested in this, watch the videos that I have about domain picking. Like here's one here about Recoup Fitness, which is basically saying, okay, Recoup Fitness, all kinds of like recuperating things. And notice how I don't know what this stuff means. I'm not in this market, But having a domain like this teaches me. This is some kind of sleeve that they put on that helps them recoup. Okay, so I could sell these. Sharper Image probably has a damn good affiliate program. I do see these are on other sites. I could brand them myself, right? And I can go through and say, hey, look, these are actually selling. This works really well. Prove the concept on Amazon and then go and sell it yourself. That is how Amazon got big, is by watching what products worked. Then they made an Amazon Basics version, and bada bing, bada bang, they made money. Now, with this type of market here, Recoup Fitness, where was it? Recoup Fitness, something like that. It's up here somewhere. Pick this one, Recoup Fitness. All right, that's going to go pretty high because that is a good domain. But with the rankings, this would probably be worth it. $500. It's probably going to go in the neighborhood of a couple $1,000. But look, the other stuff is selling in that market as well. Could it be good? Yes. Would I risk $1,000 if I was just starting out with this? Probably not, which is why you would look at other ones. There's tons. Smart Vision Labs. Maybe this is about eyewear or eye vision. Here's, I don't know what that is. But you could go through and find all kinds of different things that people want. Some of them are cheap. Some of them cost a bit. But you can always find very inexpensive domains if you're looking. Like this one had a ton of traffic back in the day. So probably not going to go for that much. Braille, solar sunglasses, this would be a really good one. This is like a eye fatigue domain we bought years ago, and it started really well. I think it's still getting traffic today. And looking at this is all about why is my vision getting worse, stuff like this. Going through here, all I have to do is say, okay, the traffic is here. All I need to do is pair it with something that's going to make money. Maybe I can do eye care, okay, or maybe eyes. Maybe there's supplements. Maybe there's health insurance that covers glasses. Maybe there's some kind of offer there. See how this is tying in? How many of you guys are like, oh, this makes sense? You pick the market, you find the offer that best matches the market, you build it up with AI, and you make money. Now, if you're not in the position to buy expensive domains, don't worry about it. I get them all the time, super cheap. The one that I found for the 360 Trikes, okay, that domain, I want to show you guys this because I want to show you how it works. 360 Trikes, good domain, has rankings. Like this was pretty solid rankings. They are a little bit older rankings, but that's okay. We're going to build it up and we're going to make it work. So looking at this, it ranked for 360, or it ranked for drift trikes. That's the best keyword you can get in this market. Like that is the big kahuna. So looking at this, 360 Trikes, now let's look at GoDaddy appraisal and look at this, 360 Trikes, good domain. I mean, that's solid. $1,308 value. What do you guys think I paid for this domain? Right? It's definitely a good one. So what would you guess I paid for this? Put your guesses in the box and I will show you the other way. Denard says 1,000. Okay. 100, 360, 300. So most people are saying between $300 and $1,000, $650. Okay, so most people are saying between $300 and $1,000. How many of you guys would be shocked to think I got this for less than $250? Type shocked if you'd be like, dude, less than $350. That is a steal. All right, and I'll show you in a minute. A lot of people are saying shocked. If I got this less than $250, you'd be shocked. Check it out. I got it for a whopping $40. That's what I paid for it. How many of you guys are like, damn, okay, that's pretty good. And you're going to see that I buy domains all the time that are $40 or less, and they're actually really good. That internet one, the metal detector one, which is very solid, I only got that for $192. So understanding like these are out there, and why are these out there? These are out here because people don't know how to convert traffic. They don't know what they're doing. This is your opportunity. This is your time. You have AI. All you have to do is use the AI to get the traffic, then use the AI to help you convert the traffic, and bada bang, you are off to the races. So starting to understand, okay, yeah, anyone can do this. The barrier of entry is gone. All I need to do is find the domains or find the niches and make it work. Very simple. Now, you can do this with a new domain if you want. It just takes a little bit longer. So going out there and looking at this, picking the business model, dropshipping, e-com, or platform-based income. This is what we're going to see a lot. This is what a lot of people talk about when they're talking about like, oh, I want to make money on TikTok. Okay. There are certain things where you can make money on platform. If you go over to Medium and you write articles on Medium, you can make money directly on Medium. They will pay you for the times your stuff is viewed. If you make content on YouTube and you monetize on YouTube, you don't need a website, you don't need anything, you can make money on YouTube. Pinterest, I believe, has a platform as well. Instagram has a platform. Pretty much anything where you're making money directly on that platform without having a website. The downside is the amount you're going to make per click is literally nothing. So the amount of work you're going to have to do is insane. Like, you think about it this way, Mr. Beast makes a ton of money, okay? The amount he makes on ads on videos compared to like a TV show or something is probably a lot less. You're making usually less than 0.2 cents per click, usually. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. If you factor in sponsorships and things like that, well, those would be considered off platform. So, that's not really on platform money. The easier something is, the lower amount you're going to make. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. If I just relied on ads on videos, which a lot of commenters are like, Marcus, that's the only way you make money. You only make videos. Well, I've been doing this since I was 20 years old, and back then we couldn't upload videos the way we do now. So, think again. But at any rate, if I only relied on ads on videos, I think combined, I probably made maybe $10,000 last year with just ads on videos. But it took a lot of work to make those videos. I'm glad I had other monetization methods, because if I just relied on that, the amount would be really low. Okay? So what we need to do is we need to find the best way possible to make the most money possible on the traffic we're getting, whether it's on platform, off platform, or whatever it is. Very, very simple. So we're going to start to think like a business person. I am going to use these platforms. Will I make money on the platform? Sure, I will. I remember years ago when I was doing YouTube, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll try enabling ads. And I enabled the ads thinking maybe my videos will do better if I let them make money on me. It wasn't even about the money, because at that point I was just using it to get the views and drive them to other stuff. Then when I made that change, yes, it did increase views, and I thought I was going to make like $800 a month. I was getting like an extra $8K right out of the gate. So I was like, hey, this is cool. I'll take $8,000. The ads are there anyway. I might as well make the money on it. So looking at this different and understanding, okay, I need to go out there and I need to build something of value, which is my website. It could be very simple. It could be very complicated. And I'll tell you, some of the simple stuff makes a lot of money. You just got to really look at it. Like we have a client with this one here, Veg Recipe Book for vegetarian recipes. Can you make a lot of money with this type of traffic? You can. You just have to think about it and think differently. Most people think, oh, well, it's recipes. They just want it free. There's no money. I'm thinking, okay, there are two things here. How can I either, pardon my language, get paid a shit ton on a few people, or a tiny bit on a lot? Okay? That's the two ways about it. If I could go through and I can make $200 a sale on every 1,000th recipe lurker, well, now I'm going to be making an average of 50 cents per visitor, which is unheard of in the recipe market. You hit those numbers, other recipe people will pay you to convert their traffic. I know, because that's what I do for a living. Or say I get a recipe toolbar where I make $1 per download. Okay, I could probably convert 1 in 10 people to get that. Now I'm at 10 cents per click. And you might be saying, well, 10 cents per click, I'm going to do this one all day, every day. But 1 out of 1,000 is low. That means you have 999 other people who did nothing. I'm going to get those people to get this. Now what happens if I have 999 over 10? That means there's 99 people Is that right? Is my math right? Who got the download. Now I made 200 and I made another 100. So now I'm making 300 on my 1,000 people. Is this making sense? Let me know. Type math in the box if it makes sense, because it really is just a math game. Then, of course, I have what? A bunch of other people who didn't do anything, because out of this, 900 people still haven't done anything. Is there something else I can get them? That's where we start to look at this, where most people are like, well, I put ads on my blog and I didn't make that much money, so this doesn't work and this is lame and I better go get a job. Okay, if I thought that way, I would be at a job right now instead of chilling out, hanging out, having fun. Ads on blogs are not it. If ads on blogs were the best way to make money, then the people running the ads would have blogs, not the ads. Does that make sense? So we got to start and look at that and say, okay, we need to focus on our people individually. Why? Because every piece of traffic should be treated different. This is something we are seeing right now. There's a couple of marketers talking about it, but they talk about it in stupid ways. Luckily, I've been doing this a while, so I can listen to them and decipher it for you. But what we're looking at is we are seeing the death of the follower. How many of you guys have heard this? The death of the follower means it is less about who you subscribe to and more about what you consume. What does this mean? This means that marketers and big businesses are figuring out it is about the individual person. If there's a guy who likes recipes but is also interested in solar panels, that says solar, there we go. We're going to sell them the solar panels. We're going to get them ads for the solar panels. Why? Because this pays a ton more than the other stuff. This is how you want to look at your market. You want to go through and say, okay, well, if this is my traffic, what do I want to do? Oregano seasoning. Okay, if I get a bunch of traffic for oregano seasoning, how can I make this work? Or boil potatoes in microwave. Okay, microwave potato. See if there's anything on Amazon for this. Maybe there's like a little, I don't know, like a little plastic thingy you can put around it or whatever. Let's do Amazon or as seen on TV. Maybe you can do that. So microwave potato. There you go. Microwave potato bag. Excellent. That's actually pretty good because that is like the only thing I microwave. That and melting butter. If you're microwaving anything other than those two things, you need to think about your cooking skills. But at any rate, you can see they're selling a lot of these. Could I drop ship this? I probably could. So microwave potato, $9, that there. Okay, let's do microwave potato bag affiliate program. Or I could go, this is where I would look at Alibaba and I would see if it's there. Thinking like a business person, because here's the deal. Most people are going to get this traffic about microwaving a potato and they're going to be like, oh, well, there's no money in it. That's stupid. Not me. I'm a SEP in Etsy or whatever, and I'm going to sell these. He's low in stock because he's selling a lot. Grandma's pastime. She's literally knitting potato bags, and there you go. Like, bada bing, bada boom. Starting to look at this and say, okay, potato bag. Okay, there you go. Potato microwave bag, maybe? Microwave. And people buy this crap all the time. You have to think about it different. Let's see. I don't know if they're on here. I'm sure they are. There they are, right there. That's the exact product. That is the one on Amazon. There it is. Boom. So looking at that, we'd have to dig a little bit deeper. Let's see. It's got to be in there. Microwave potato bag. There's some kind of that. Leak-proof lunch bag. But there it is. Microwave baking bag. So here it is here. This one is 59 cents if you get 99 of them. And you could source this. That could work. That's literally what they're doing. Does that make sense to everyone? How we're like, oh, I never would have thought of that for this. Right? So now, what am I going to do? I'm going to dive in. I was number 9 on this keyword with this domain. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go for broke. Because think about it. How many people are buying these potato bags every month? Is there enough for you to make a living? You bet your ass there is. I'm sorry for my language. I'm just real excited. If you're excited, let me know. But that's the thing. You know it's there. There it is. Baked potato in microwave. You think about it. Okay, so now I'm hyper-focused. I'm like, okay, I'm going to find offers for these, and I'm going to dive in. I'm going to do it all the way. So now I'm going to go through, and I'm going to be like, okay, TikTok, can I do the potato bag TikTok over here? Potatoes in microwave. Literally putting their potatoes in the microwave. Okay, that guy, no, that's not how you do it. But at any rate, look at all these views. This guy here.
Fast food. Instead, poke some holes into your potato, throw it into the microwave, cook it until nice.
What if you had a video that was like, you're cooking potatoes in the microwave wrong? Here, this guy's using potato. Instead of paper towels, use this. Look at that, 338,000 likes on this video, 45,000. I mean, how many of you guys are like, oh, that makes sense? And guess what? Guess what? These are faceless videos.
Girls who struggle to gain weight.
Legit. There ain't no face in there. There ain't no face in here. No face, no face. I mean, how many guys are like, oh, this totally makes sense? And what you're going to find out is when you go through, there's usually going to be one product that makes it work. Robin says, who struggles to gain weight? Small demographic. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would do the potato bags, and I would go for broke. And I would probably convert this into, like I would convert this veg site into, where did it go? Somewhere in here. I would convert that into, I had it open. Yeah, I would convert this into different products like that. And then you just go ChatGPT, and you're like, okay, potato bag, microwave, list 100 other kitchen products like this. Cheap, one purpose. Boom. And you might even find stuff like this on OfferVault, but what I would do is if you don't want to go and source it and start shipping it yourself, which would be the highest profit, try it on Amazon, see if you get sales, right? You will get sales. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And you just make it work, okay? Now, how many of you guys noticed that I just found possibly a high 5, low 6-figure earner just on that one product alone? Maybe more, by just finding that domain, looking at one of the rankings and saying, I'm going to go with that. That's all I'm going to do. Boom. That's all I'm going to do. Okay, keep doing that. Keep doing that. A lot of you guys are going to be like, well, I thought about Shopify. Why? I have this domain. It worked on WordPress. Why would I do Shopify? There's no point. All I need is a PayPal button and say $9 PayPal. PayPal give me your shipping address. I ship out the bags. I pocket the commission. There you go. How would we get the information about keywords without Ahrefs? So when doing this business, if you want the type of data like this, you are going to need a tool. Lucky for you, when you get a site from me or when you're working with me, you can ask questions, obviously within reason. I don't want you to be like, hey, look at this list of 500 domains and give me reports on all of them. No, buying my course is not a way to get a tool, but I can get you some reports. Like when you get a domain from us, we do give you the report, so you would get this. If you don't have access to it, I think the Ahrefs cheapest version is now $29, so it's not super expensive. If you can't do that, like if you're like, I don't have money to do this, okay? Jeremiah said the $30 subscription, you could do 50 searches. Here's what you do. You make the 50 count, right? People are out there and they search and they search and they spin their wheels, but they're not doing specifics. Like if I was out there and all I could afford was a $30 Ahrefs and I only got 50 searches, what am I going to do? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have AI help me, right? So now, please just list the product name. Let's see if it does it. There we go. Now I'm going to take this Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a lot of work out of my 50 searches. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to the Keyword Explorer. I'm going to put all of these in. Okay, so now I'll go with all of these. So we'll go like this. Okay, and if I'm doing the vegetarian one, I could say now just do the vegetarian ones. Boom. So like this, now I'll do this. This is one search. Boom, I got 49 left. Now I got this one search I could start looking at. Now that I know this is here, I can go for other stuff. Do you not think I could make a vegetarian-only, cool kitchen product site with TikTok, Pinterest, my own blog, because hell, the thing's got traffic already. How many of you guys are like, oh, I get it. That makes sense. That's all I'm going to do all day, every day is focus on my veggie site and get all these products. And I didn't even know I was going to do this. We found it because of potato bags, microwave. Okay, potato and microwave. Boom, there you go. Very simple. You can even do like potato microwave. That's a weird... Does it really have the E on the end? Potato. There we go. Microwave baked potato. 34,000 searches a month. Very simple. What if you went through and you're like, how long to make it? And this is where we're going to get into using AI. Because I could go through like this. I would legit make a site about potatoes. I would go and say, okay, now I like my site, but I would probably try to find potato. Right, like this. See if there's something. There's not, so I'd probably stick with my veg site. But I could go through and I could go to Grok or ChatGPT or whatever I want. I could say, actually, let's use DeepSeek because DeepSeek is going to show us, it'll show us what it looks like. Make a potato microwave countdown timer based on time and how many potatoes and how soft they like them or whatever, right? Let's do HTML. And it'll go through and it'll make a little potato counter where they could be like, I have 4 potatoes. Oh, well, that's going to be 9 minutes or whatever. How many of you guys this is starting to make sense to you? Let me know because this is where we're thinking about our niche like an overarching way. What would all this look like for me to sell as many of these potato bags as possible? Because that's my goal. That's how I get the money. I'm just going to go out there. So I'm going to do. I could make a TikTok and then I could branch into other products. Okay, maybe I could go through and say, well, what else is there? Is there anything else that I can make a counter about? Where did our list go? It was over here somewhere. You know, and start using that list, garlic press, or how many garlic cloves equals a tablespoon, right? How many, yeah, I mean, if you look at it, this is stuff people look up all the time. How many garlic cloves, or just how many garlic, that'll probably come up. How many garlic cloves in a head of garlic? How many garlic cloves in a teaspoon? You can make calculators for this stuff all day, every day. Boom. There you go. There's even videos about it. Like 4 cloves of garlic is how many tablespoons? Well, let's see here. Talk about an AI video. It's like the rave, the garlic rave. Yeah, there you go. But at any rate, this is stuff that works. Here's this one here. So nobody's got a calculator. You would be, there's a calculator. There's a little conversion. 1 garlic clove equals, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and you could just literally go to DeepSeek, and this will make it for you. Right? Does that make sense to everyone? On a scale of 1 to 100, how many of you guys are like, this is awesome. I want to do this. Because then you just go through, here's your microwave potato timer. And you can say, I want to put 12 potatoes in the microwave because I'm nuts. I like them medium. Start cooking. Boop. That's pretty cool. And you can have it like make a buzzer at the end or something like that. And what you would do is you would use this to sell a bunch of crazy kitchen products. And if you can find like as seen on TV stuff, these are affiliate ones that sell like crazy. So you could do like Pan Buddy. some kind of pan buddy, skillet support tool. All right, so there's the old pan buddy. You can do strip and snip. Okay, they're the kitchen scissors. You can do all kinds of different things like this. And your goal is, I'm going to get all this traffic for all of this. Am I reading that right? That's not how you spell bowls. That's a weird product. Here's some kind of other stuff here. DIY. Let's see. Spoon Buddy. So there's all kinds of stuff you can use. Icebreaker. Is that literally like an icebreaker? The ultimate ice making solution. Looks like it plugs in or something. But yeah, you can go through and use all these things, which is really, really cool. What you're going to do is you're going to start to understand your niche in a different way. Yeah, like the hex-clad pans and all different stuff like that. You're going to start to understand your niche in a different way and start to look at everything individually, because a lot of people are looking for, like, let's make a bunch of content and hope that it ranks and hope we get traffic and hope it makes money. We're not doing hope marketing. I'm going out there and I'm like, I know this works because it's proven. And I'm going to run this one offer on this one blog post, and I'm going to make another blog post. I'm going to do another offer on that. And then the way I'm going to get traffic is I'm going to look and see where else is the traffic. Because in this example, utilizing just our ranking alone, it's not going to be enough, right? That potato one on the veg site is not going to be enough. We need more traffic in different ways. But seeing that, hey, the market's there, the traffic's there, I can build this up. And looking at that, again, the only thing we're going to do is focus on, where is AI going to help us? Okay, how are we going to do this? Is it going to make us content? Maybe I can go out there and say, make a blog post with a table of how many minutes to put these things in. Then I could say, what you want to do is kind of like loaded content, like how long does it put the potatoes in? Why paper towels are not good for it? Well, they stick to them. Maybe there's chemicals in them that the microwave brings out. Maybe there's this, that, and the other. And, paper towels are a waste. You're wasting a bunch of paper towels. Instead, use the potato bag. And a lot of people do this kind of stuff. I mean, like how many plastic bags people waste. I know my wife loves buying reusable bags. They drive me nuts because I lose them all the time. And then she's like, why didn't you use them? But at any rate, people are buying these things like they're going out of style. And we start to understand, yes, these niches have lots of money. You just have to find it. There is money everywhere online. You have to go out there and you have to use it and find it. Using these AI tools is going to help you because we can code things. We can make our own tools. We can make our own content. We can make images. I mean, you can go out there and you could go to ChatGPT and say, make an image comparing different levels of baked potatoes. Boom. Or whatever it is. The 360 trikes. Make an image about different types of trikes or the different parts of trikes or whatever it is. Again, looking at it in a more direct way. We want to use AI to directly get what we want. There we go. It's perfect for Instagram or not Instagram. What do you call it? Pinterest. Right, there you go. Pretty simple. Again, please check spelling. And for me, I would obviously fix the spelling on there. But that's going to be very simple. Or you could even do, what are the different ways to bake a potato? Oh, you could boil it, then bake it. Then you can do twice baked or whatever it is, or baked potato recipes. And what you're doing is you're thinking about, where are all the directions I can take this? If I was to go through and do this with ChatGPT, right? In the old days, I would have to say, write an article about this trike, write an article about that trike. And then I would wait for the article to come back from an outsourcer, and I wouldn't know if it was going to be good or not. Now I can do this on the fly. Tell me about drift trikes. It'll tell you about them. And then I could go through and say, okay, well, what looks interesting to me? If I was going to buy one of these, what would I want? Well, would I want gas or electric or pedal? Okay, so gravity motorized pedal. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we have. Low slung frame, how they work, why they like them. Okay, cool. Now tell me about the gas ones and have a comparison table. Okay, so we're walking it through to make content we know will work. Then we could go through and say, okay, well, can we make content about the different types? Like here's the Scooter X drift trike. Here's this drift trike. And what you'll see is there's lots of different things out there that you can use. You could do drift trike models. And there's probably some that are literally just showing a website. Okay, here's this one. So you're showing the box. Let's see. There we go. This guy's just showing. Terrible video, but it got some views. I mean, there you go. You can see this is just like a shop one, and see how these are all here. See how this is all a niche, and having our site 360 Drift Trikes, like you're off to the races. Here's a top summer toy one, just showing the drift trike. Obviously, make sure you have the rights to the pictures, but oftentimes you could just show different websites and compare them. You know, like I found a $200 drift trike or whatever it is. Okay, how many of you guys are getting this and it's starting to make sense and you're like, oh, okay, I see. This works, right? It's about breaking your niche down and making it understand, and then using the AI to take it further. Can we make a tool, a Chrome extension, or whatever? Content writing, AI is fantastic for content writing, where we can go through and say, okay, now write a blurb about these, or whatever it is. Now, again, the only two things that matter is traffic and conversion. So when you're working on your site, you are either working on traffic or conversion. If you're making videos, if you're making content, making tools, different things like that, you are focusing on traffic. The conversion part, literally, you just point to what makes you money. So using AI content, we can go through, we can make content with SEO in ChatGPT. We can make Pinterest pins like we did for the potato. We can do YouTube videos. Like right now, we are on the precipice of having tools that will make videos like Sora, wherever I had Sora open, right here. And we could say potato in microwave in bag cooking, something like that, right? And you could piece together videos with AI. You could piece together images with AI. There's a lot of things that you can do, and it all starts with having the right niche, having the right domain. That's why I always start there, because your domain is where you're going to make the money. That's where you're going to drive people. That's where you're going to give them the reports or the tools or the giveaways or whatever it is. That's where your traffic hub is going to be. And when you build that up, whether it's with Pinterest, driving to the traffic, to the domain, whether it's SEO, driving to the domain, whether it's videos, whatever it is, that's going to be where your money is made. And even making stuff like this is super simple. I would not recommend using a plastic bag, but you get the idea, right? You could even do like, okay, now let's do potato in paper towel or whatever. Cooking, giving off fumes, or something like that, right? And now we can go through and walk those forward, knowing, okay, this is how they're gonna react. This is how we're gonna piece them together to get that traffic. Going through and using email marketing is key also. Like on that, I would do, go to my website, veg recipe or whatever it was, veg recipe book, for the list of kitchen tools that I use. Very simple. We're going to go through AI-driven ad copy. This is where you get into even bigger stuff where I'd say, okay, now let's make a sales letter selling the AI, or not the AI, the 50 HP gas trike or whatever it is. Something like that. Or 50 cc, is that how they do cc? I don't think it's 50 horsepower. That would be a damn fast trike. There we go. We'll do like this, where it's like a 50 cc gas trike, and it'll talk about this. So we got the ultimate thrill ride is here. Get your 50 cc gas trike, and you can use this to sell the product, right? Very, very cool. Or if you're going to do make a sales letter for the potato microwave bag as seen on TV style with the downsides of plastic and paper towels or whatever. Okay, very, very simple, very easy, and we're going to go through, and this will help us sell it. The secret to perfectly fluffy microwave potatoes in just minutes. Tired of dry, rubbery, or unevenly cooked potatoes? This is pretty cool. All right, the magic potato microwave bag. Here's what it all does. No more waste. Safe and, I mean, how many of you guys are like, oh, yeah, I could use that as a page to sell this thing super quick. And this is where having AI is putting you where you've never been able to be before. Like, I've been teaching this stuff for a long time, and I've never been able to teach stuff because there's places people get stuck. You either get stuck with content writing, you get stuck with video making, you get stuck with this, that, and the other, and everything is really crazy and difficult until now. Like, now there's literally no excuse. You just go out there and you do it, and it will work. You just have to walk it through, make it work, and keep building and keep growing. Starting with your domain and not wavering, right? Like that one with the veg recipe domain. That's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to stick on. That's what you're going to get obsessed with. You're going to use AI to help you. The person with the trikes domain, that's what you're going to do. That's where it's going to be. You're going to stay there. You're not going to waver. If you waver, if you start to get bored, I mean, how many times have you done stuff at your work that's boring, but you get paid, right? This is getting paid. If I'm going to go with this goji berry ones, I'm going to be obsessed with this. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to build this thing up like there's no tomorrow. Why? Because the things that this sells is money. Like whatever they're looking for, like goji berries, whatever the benefits are, I'm going to piece that out and make it work. Having that niche is key. AI-powered ad copy, we just talked about. AI-generated outreach, emails, stuff like that. You can do AI-assisted Reddit and Quora. So like you could go out there in forums and talk about your goji berry site or whatever it is. Conversion, you can use AI to build landing pages, personalize email sequences, right? This is simple. Go through and you're like, okay, now let's make an email sequence about this and other easy use kitchen tools on the premise that they got my easy must-have kitchen tools list email series or whatever. And it'll go through and it'll make that complete series for you, where before you weren't able to do this. It took forever. Now you can go through and it's like, welcome to the Easy Kitchen Hack series. Hey, here's the thing, blah, 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 done deal. And now you're going to get traffic back to you over and over. Traffic that is interested in these things, the potatoes, the egg cooker, the this, the that. Very simple. And now you have this here. And it's literally just selling for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And there you go. There's a veggie chop hack. And there's all kinds of stuff there. The slap chop was a really big offer years ago. I think it still is today. They just have different versions of it. Having AI checkout page optimization where it's going to fix it and everything like that. AI, yeah, Aweber offers AI stuff too, so you have it right in there. Going through and future-proofing your niche, understanding, okay, even though AI is all the rage right now and people are obsessed with AI, so few people are using it for what we're doing in the manner we're doing it. What you are going to learn in this course is how to break it down and use it in a way where you are standing apart. Like, how many people do you think are out there using AI to promote a potato bag? Like, none. None. But how many potato bags are sold every year? I mean, if we were to go do the numbers, you're going to see it's a lot. And we're not just limiting to that. We're going to do all the vegetable easy offers and tools, or goji berries. How much of that is sold? Lots of it is sold. Let's do, what is it called? There's a tool I use, Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout will tell you what is sold on Amazon just to get an idea of how it works. So we could do potato bag or whatever, if it'll let us in. And if you can't afford the tools, don't worry. Just look it up other places. Like I can go to Amazon and estimate, oh, well, he's got, 1,900 reviews. He's probably selling quite a bit. And sometimes you can look at them and it'll say, 53 sold, 1,000 bought in the last month. So in the last month, over $10,000 were sold of this thing. They don't cost much to make. And that's just on that one example. If we were to go through and look at the product database and do potato bag, right, like this, let's do revenue monthly. So this is saying this one's selling 21,000 a month. Here's one, that's a nut milk bag. That's not what we want. Here's another one, 10,000, so 31,000. Another one, baked potato cooker, 9,000, and on we go. And this one actually sells for more. That looks like a little, like those little dishes, which would work. Here's another one. So we're seeing lots of money. If I wanted to make a living doing this kind of thing, this is absolutely feasible. Are the results typical, implied, and guaranteed? No. Is it something where I can see the path to making money and go get it and reverse engineer it? 1,000%. What you're going to learn here is about how to reverse engineer your niche and look at it in a specific way and find those one little things that will work, because sometimes there will be one blog post that turns into its own business. Like the example where I have the GoDaddy. It started with a ranking about the GoDaddy appraisal tool. Then I turned the content into a tool. Now it's something that gets traffic and makes me money. And starting to look at that as that's one point of entry on one blog, on one post. I can do many of these. The trikes, the vegetable one, whatever it is, going out there and looking at these in a very specific way. We don't want waste. We don't want to mess around and use tools and things that we don't need. We want to go through and iron out, what is my market going to look like? How am I going to build it? And when you look at these domains, that's why we always start here. Like starting with a domain is key. If you haven't yet gotten your domain, check out our domain site. You can see why I picked them, and you can see the ones that are available. Depending on what you got as part of your course, you can ask which ones are included or what an upgrade would look like. But what I'm doing is I'm going through and looking at these, like low-cost divorce. Can I talk about low-cost divorce options and make a living? Yeah. How many people get divorced every day? Like half the amount that get married, right? So there's a lot of them there. Here's some fragrance one and all kinds of different things. What we're doing is we're looking for where are the gaps, where is the easy stuff to do. I don't want to make this difficult. I don't want to try to rank for the word mortgage. Why? When I can go and rank for other stuff. Here's one for smart homes where we'll go through and, start talking about all the different smart home products. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a main offer, one thing that's going to sell really, really good. Starting to look at that, build it out, make it work. Shark robot troubleshooting or whatever it is. Looking at these in a very specific way. Here was a dating one. Uncommon dating. Okay. Can I go out there? Here's all these date ideas, right? This would be a fantastic one. Top pages had 3,000 visitors a month, all looking at dating, right? All these dating things. You go to ClickBank, over here somewhere, and you will find there are offers for dating. And you'll find them very simple. We'll go to Affiliate Marketplace. We'll go to dating. Boom. Date ideas. 3 creative dates. That's what those people are looking for. This sells. I know. I sold this product. Men's dating. Some kind of badass dating, apparently. You're going to date an ass, something like that. I don't know. Forever Woman, there's a woman dating one. And on we go. That one's got 6 Gravity. That's making sales. It's a $1 trial, payout of $89 average per customer. Girlfriend button, dating offer for men. Is there actually a button? And these convert, like these video sales letters convert like crazy. So now we see, oh, hey, with this dating one, last minute date, all I do is make content about it, right? So 360 ways, I love you, secret dating sites, worst date ideas. There you go. That's content you can make till your heart's content. Worst date ideas ever. You go out there, you'll see channels like Reddit. And again, the best benefit to being in this course is you're working with me. And how many of you guys are watching this and you're like, Marcus's brain works different. He's a little bit weird. He sees things. That's the benefit. You get to tap into that. And when you come here with this, that's how I look at this. When I bought this domain site, this dating site, I thought, oh, here's all these dating things that work with it. And working with me allows you to do that on the calls, show up on the calls, stay on the calls, ask questions. Because what's going to happen is now I can go through, and with the dating thing, right, we could go through and say, did we have that? Worst date ideas. Now we're going to go through and say, find some on Reddit. 100, please, with links. And what you'll see is there is literally YouTube videos that read Reddit. Reddit, right? Reddit engage. I ended my engagement. Reddit. Look at this. Reddit family tales.
Brother made my life hell, then got my wife pregnant.
AI. That's what it is. So you could go and you could do the worst dating ideas on Reddit. Like, there you go. 25 more, please. And there's your content. And you're like, if you don't want to have a bad date that makes your girlfriend mad at you, well, then maybe you need my dating guide of the 100 good dates. Right? Very simple. And it's very basic stuff that it works if you do it. It's just a matter of going through and doing it and thinking about it different and having that outcome. If I make a bunch of Reddit bad date videos, now we're going through and we're like, oh, I can get them to my site, which is about good dates, and tap into that, like, what they don't want. They don't want the girl or guy to be like, well, that was a terrible date. So they're trying to figure out something better. Future-proofing, looking at your niche. Like, okay, it's making it work. I could do an AI influencer that talks about dating and dating tips. And again, stick to that box. If you do it, it'll work. You just got to stick with it. You got to watch the data. You got to watch the offers that work. And I mean, in this market, if you got 5 people a week to buy this, you know, a lot of people go to work to make that much money, or 10 people a day to buy this. It's getting close to $100,000 a year. And starting to think about these as businesses, each of these is a business. Here's one for satellites. Here's one for erasing backgrounds. Athlete diets. You look at this, how would this work? Well, I'm going to go through and I'm going to be like, list 100 athletes with interesting diet habits and what they are. Make a table. And it'll be like Shaquille O'Neal eats 14 steaks a day or whatever it is. I know I probably eats more than that. But at any rate, now you're starting to see, now I can make content. Watch. Tiger Woods diet. Boom. Here you go. 341, 274. Tiger Woods diet. Now that's a Golf Digest. Trying pro golfers' diets. I tried eating like Tiger Woods on Tiger Woods diet or whatever. You could even do like, let's do, I don't know, Wayne Gretzky diet. There you go. Diet, 4 hot dogs, Diet Coke. Okay, yeah, that's not a good diet. Not at all. No, bad. But at any rate, here's his diet. So apparently he likes Diet Coke and he eats McDonald's. Well, maybe that's why I suck at hockey. I like playing hockey, but I'm not very good. Maybe I need to eat hot dogs and McDonald's and like literally go to the doctors. Like, there you go. What do NHL players actually eat? Are you guys seeing how this works? Like, that is proof of concept right there. That's what they eat. You could go through the diet. Here's how Taylor Swift lost weight, although I think She's always been skinny. But at any rate, you start to look at these and see, oh, that's how content works in the new world, and that's how AI can help us get there. How many of you guys are starting to understand this and you're like, okay, this makes sense. I can use AI to fill these gaps in the market, point to the one place that's going to make me money, and boom, I'm ready to go. And that's what we're going to be going over in the course and showing you every step of the way.